Thank you. Thank you for the introduction, Magarina-san. So thank you for giving me this kind of very good opportunity. I have a very big gratitude in my mind to be here. My name is Osamu Kamimura from SoftBank from Japan. So the SoftBank is the company mobile network operator providing the cell phone business, cell phone service mainly domestically in Japan. And then today, I'd like to introduce about the NTN and hubs you can see on this slide, which are very new concept in our industry. So let me start. In our modern society, these days, in order to have a very, like I say, convenient lifestyle or stylish lifestyle, we utilize lifelines. Water, electricity, and then gas are very essential in our daily lives. And then we see those lifelines in the many human, living areas, human living places, field. And the operators of those lifelines are always making a lot of effort to maintain those functions. These days, we see the new additional factor of the lifeline, which is mobile communication. These days, the people are all the time connecting each other and then connecting to the society all the time. And then, all those things are through the mobile communication network. So these days, actually the mobile operators are having the obligation to maintain, expand the coverage area as much as possible. This is a kind of like a role in our industry. So now you can see on this slide, our mobile industry has various kind of the network coverage methods. You can see first one, tower type method, which is the using the like a steel tower with the altitude or height of the 50 meters from the ground, and then on top of that, installing the radio base station equipment, and then providing the or making the the radio cell on the ground immediately, and then concrete pole type cell, and then building rooftop type cell. Those methods, including indoor type method, there. And then many, operators in the world are all the time trying to introduce this kind of the methods and then try to create a very good network coverage area in their countries. However, even situations like that, we still have some difficulty. Like some places are not yet covered. We still have the uncovered area, like a super rural area, mountainside, islands area, and then desert area. Furthermore, sometimes we have a very difficult moment, which is if we have a natural disaster situation. Of course, that we tend to ruin the network coverage. We tend to lose the mobile connectivity. In such situation, this kind of concept, NTN, non-terrestrial network, is a very, very good idea. Providing the coverage area from the sky to the ground, very, very reasonable, good idea. Non-terrestrial network system is like this. You can utilize satellite, GEO, LEO, and then you can utilize the flying vehicle like hubs. I will explain about the hubs later. In the discussion of the a new generation of the mobile, communication technology, which is called 6G in IT world, there are some discussions, there are some descriptions related to the NTN, and then those descriptions are like ubiquitous connectivity, connecting the unconnected, coverage, resilience, which means NTN-related elements are already included in the official 6C concept in ITUR. end-to-end technology, end-to-end solution can provide various kind of the power or how can I say energy for expansion of the coverage area. Firstly, you can expand the coverage area in the horizontal way, going to the as I told, island area, mountainside, desert area, and so on. And also, even in the disaster situation, you can create the seamless connectivity, which means actually even in the disaster situation, we can continue the service area from the sky, which is very, very beneficial. And then furthermore, we can create or we can expand the coverage area even vertical way, which means in the future, we can see some drones carrying some parcels, package, luggage, or something. So in such situation, providing the coverage area for drones is also very, very beneficial for the society. Non-terrestrial network systems, especially hubs. I'd like to introduce more about hubs. Hubs is a high-altitude platform station. This photo is a real photo. The very, very high layer of the sky, around 20 kilometers from the ground. We call this area stratosphere. This slide shows the features of hubs. As I told, the flying area of hubs is around 20 kilometers from the ground. And then this area, the feature of this area, characteristic of this area is very interesting because in this area, wind speed is rather low compared to the lower part of the sky. So actually, this area is a very ideal place for this kind of solution. And then we are assuming that hubs can fly for several months in such high area of the sky, which means actually it's better to use the solar power, green energy. So utilizing the solar power, green energy is going along with the SDGs concept, which is also very beneficial in our society. So this slide shows just a comparison of end-to-end, especially D2D communication. D2D means direct to device, which means direct communication between the radio equipment in the sky and mobile phone on the ground. So when we see the item of coverage here, coverage ability, the LEO satellite has a very big advantage because the LEO has a very, positioning, LEO's position is a very, very high altitude, very, very far from the ground, which means actually coverage area is really huge. In the case of capacity means data traffic capacity. In the case of capacity, ground-based system has a big advantage, of course. But this is because of the short distance, small cell size. And also latency, penetration, all those things, in all those things, ground-based system has a big advantage. In the case of hubs is as I told, flying vehicle, in the high layer of the sky. The distance is like 20 kilometers or something, which is in between, ground-based several kilometers, LEO's case 100 kilometers, even 1,000 kilometers, hubs case in between. So hubs has a little high, ability, like a rather wide area coverage, high capacity, low latency, or high penetration. This is just a kind of the logical or reasonable thinking. With this kind of idea, we can imagine this kind of service feeling or service imagination. Like with the ground-based system, we can enjoy message service, voice service, internet service, even entertainment, including AR, VR. And in the case of LEO, we can get the message service, voice service as well. In the case of hubs, in addition to the message and the voice, we can enjoy internet service as well. Especially in the disaster situation, LEO provide the text and voice service in open space, but everywhere on the Earth, because it's satellite. In the case of hubs, not only in open space, but also the enclosed spaces, like inside of the building or even under the level. And then also the hubs can provide a video call service maybe, because of the higher capacity than the satellite case. This slide shows the history of the hubs aircraft development. But this is just my company's case. There are several companies developing same kind of flying vehicle. And then our company's case, in 2020, we conducted the flight test to the stratosphere, and then conducting the communication test as well through the 4G LTE technology, and then Zoom video call was successfully done. And then in 2023, we again had a flight test to the stratosphere, and then using the 5G technology, and then samely Zoom video call was successfully done. Before that, which means actually we already proved that this solution, this technology is possible. And all total technology is almost around the corner. But still, we are developing various kinds of things. Because as you can see in this slide, fundamental technologies are very, very important. Because I can say that stratosphere is a rather calm area, wind speed is very low, but total environment is not so easy. Because in stratosphere, the temperature is very, very strict. And also, we can get the ultraviolet from the space a lot. So, stratosphere have I can say, very strict environment, and we have to consider such thing, and then we need to sophisticate, we need to elaborate those fundamental technologies more and more, as much as possible. Standardization activity. In international institutions like ITU, ITUR, even 3GPP, we developed various kinds of the documents related to hubs. And then now several documents, several development is ongoing, especially in WRC23, which is World Radio Communication Conference in 2023 in Dubai. In that conference, we successfully reached the formal agreements of expansion of spectrum to be used by hubs technology. This is a very big positive impact to our hubs industry. Hubs Alliance. This is a global industrial organization. In this alliance, we have several working groups, and then there are various kinds of discussions in this organization. This is just an example of the deliverable of that organization. Regulatory position paper, which is explaining some regulatory related things, the global one, but you can see someday this kind of the explanation. I can say, a sky is a very romantic human's dream. Airplane. The first flight of airplane was conducted by Wright brothers in 1903, which was over 100 years ago. At that time, that was miracle. But now, it's a normal thing. It's usual. It's a commonplace. Satellite. Over 50 years ago, in 1957, we had a first launch of satellite, but the duration was only 22 days. At the time, that was unbelievable thing, but now it's normal, common thing. We have a lot of satellites surrounding the Earth now. Now, last resort, stratosphere. the very last result of the sky, we already use the lower layer of the sky. We already use the satellite area, but the stratosphere, no, we not yet used. We not yet developed. Still, unexplored area. As I told, with those technologies, we can create all integrated networks. And then these networks can contribute a lot to the safety of the people, even in these days we have a lot, it's occurring a lot, but even in the serious natural disaster situation. Thank you very much. This concludes my presentation.